Hi! You know how you see all those new house reveals on YouTube? This is not going to be anything like that. I'd hoped it would be, but instead of a new house, as you will see, we have a half-finished house that's going to be our very own version of the block for the next 6 weeks. Come on in. So the short version of this story is we've had to get rid of our builder because they weren't doing any building. We're about 9 months past when the house was meant to be finished by this point, and as you can see, we have cabinetry, no flooring, no walls painted. The plaster's in, but it's not been sanded, so there's still a lot to do. It's going to be the most beautiful house, and I'm really trying to hold that really close to my heart at the moment and not get overwhelmed by the sheer number of things that we have yet to finish. So behind the kitchen, we actually have a scullery, which feels entirely extravagant. But look, let's be honest, it's probably just going to be where I hide all the dirty dishes. So just off the kitchen, we have this amazing outdoor area and pool, which is clearly also half done, but we'll get there. And the outdoor area goes all the way around the house to meet with the garage and the scullery. And then just off the front door, we have my studio or office. Look how magic these windows are. And then I want you to picture on that wall there, which is where I'm planning to film at this stage, set up some plants and some decorative things, and it's just gonna be so good to have space again to actually film classes for you. And this has been probably my biggest frustration with this build, is that my work is so wrapped up in having a home and a filming space. And I know this is just gonna be so beautiful and make it so easy for me to just turn my camera on and film because everything else will be set up. So not having this space for basically 2 years has been a real struggle for me. And so to finally have control of this space and be able to control how and when it gets done feels amazing, despite the fact that we're going to have a very busy 6 weeks ahead of us. Now, I say 6 weeks knowing, because we've done 2 renovations before, it will likely take us a lot longer, but we're hoping that we can at least be in the house and living in the house within 6 weeks, so wish us luck. And then just off the studio is a little office nook. So we'll have a really long office desk in here and some shelves up the top. And then we go down the hall to all the bedrooms. So first we have the main, which is going to be magic. On the left, we have a walk-in. So Andrew will be doing all those cupboards. And then again, 2 amazing windows into the ensuite. So we'll have a double bowl vanity. I think I'll have 2 individual mirrors. I'm looking at maybe some arch ones. So we have a bath in the ensuite and a shower. This is literally the largest bathroom I've ever owned in my life. And then through here is the toilet eventually. Other side of the main is another bedroom. So all the bedrooms are pretty much the same, pretty basic, just a window and a wardrobe. Down the hallway we have a nice big linen cupboard, and then all the way down the end of the hallway is, well, what will be the laundry. So again, nice and big, nothing done in there really except for rough plumbing. To the left of the laundry is another bedroom. So again, pretty much the same setup, just a window and the wardrobe. The main bathroom, just the bath, vanity and shower. And then on the other side is the final bedroom. So it's 4 bedrooms all up and the media or office. All of the kids' rooms basically have a view of the pool, and then, I don't know if you can see in the background there, a view of the river. And gosh, look at those mountains. This is why I want to live here. Look at that view. Stunning. As you can see though, there's a whole lot to do before it's even livable. There's no toilets, there's nothing to cook on, we don't even have the power connected. There's a lot to do. So whilst I do have that kind of stress of thinking about all the things at the moment, I can tell you that this sort of stress where there's things I can physically do, make calls to tradies, I'm starting cleaning up today, I'm cleaning out all the builder's mess that's been on the front of our block for about a year now that I've wanted to tackle. So while I'm definitely still feeling stressed and don't think I'll sigh that big sigh of relief until we actually move in, it's definitely a better feeling knowing that it's in our control now and we can actually do things to move forward instead of feeling completely stuck. Having to make all the decisions all at once, though, is very overwhelming. So I'm thinking that teal square one for the splashback and that mid-tone terrazzo for the bathrooms. What do you think? Awkward. Tradies just drove past and looked at me. So I've been doing a lot of thinking in the last couple of months because honestly, I have never felt as stressed as I have in the last few months than I think I ever have. And of course, this type of stress isn't comparable to when I lost my babies and when I was grieving or losing my friend. But I think just being something that obviously we're so financially tied to, it's also our home. Like your home is your foundation of the rest of your life. And like I said, for me, it's also the foundation of my work as well because I need a space in which to film. And so I've been doing a lot of thinking about hard times and stress and getting through them. And I've also been thinking about the balance between finding joy in hard times. And I think what I've come to realize is it's really our job to keep finding that joy. Like through the loss of my friend, through grieving, through being so sad, and then on top of that, being so stressed with all this house stuff. I really had to make it my job to look after myself in a way that I could still find those little tiny moments of joy. I could still look for in those really simple things, because the things I was finding joy in was not anything big or magical. It was those tiny little moments with my kids. It was watching a sunrise. It was getting out in nature. All those little things. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is if you're also going through a hard time, whatever your hard time might be, I don't think it's worth comparing our suffering or saying this experience is harder than this experience. Suffering just is. Whatever your hard time is, I think you need to make it your priority to keep looking for those moments of joy. And in a way, the struggle can make those moments of joy feel even more magical, because when we're feeling so low and when we have that contrast of feeling so bad, those moments of feeling good and those moments of love and of happiness and of laughter almost feel even better because of the hard time. Just because when you're going through these hard times you feel weak, it doesn't mean you are weak. In fact, I think it's the opposite. Going through hard times kind of shows you how strong you are, even when you feel incredibly weak going through it. Like I just felt like a mess waiting for the outcome of this house. I felt like I wanted to give up. I felt all the emotions in 1 minute of every day. I would cycle through anger and sadness and depression and anxiety, and I would just keep going round and around. And even though I felt weak in those moments, I think you need to hold on to those moments as proof of how strong you are. And if it helps to, think about all those things you've already been through. I would often think about all the hard things I've already been through, I've already survived, to remind myself that actually no, in this moment, when it's really stressful, I am okay. And I can keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when I don't know how it's going to work out. I didn't know where we were going to find the money for the solicitor. I didn't know what the outcome would be. I didn't know if we were going to run into some really big debts. None of those things were within my control. The only thing I could control was how I looked after myself in the day-to-day, reminding myself that I would get through this, and also looking for those tiny pockets of joy. And so that's pretty much where we're at with this house. And I just wanted to make this video sort of as a little bit of an explanation for what's going on. I kind of have been cryptically talking about being really stressed, but without really explaining why I've been so stressed. And I also feel like I owe a bit of an explanation for why I haven't been making as many yoga videos. I just feel like, I don't know, I've been letting the team down or something, but it really just has been a lot of personal stuff going on. And I'm hoping that within about 6 weeks, I'm gonna have that studio done and I'm gonna have a space to film and I'm gonna have time to film. It's gonna be a big 6 weeks though. So bear with me if over the next 6 weeks, maybe you mostly see renovating content. Let me know if you're even interested in that or I should not even worry about it. I will remind you if you have actually come here for yoga classes, which is typically what I do, yoga and meditation with a bit of motherhood mixed in. There are so many videos already in my YouTube library and also in my online yoga circle, which is my premium membership. So it has literally hundreds of classes for fertility, for pregnancy, and for postpartum. But I do genuinely want to share this side of my life as well because it's not perfect. And while hopefully in 6 weeks' time, I'm going to have a beautiful space to film in, I want you to also see that it took a lot of hard work to get here as well. So I want you to see that it's not just all calm and easygoing for me, that there are a lot of struggles, and that's why I do yoga. Yoga is like the thing that keeps me sane throughout all the stress of all of the things that happen in life, through being a mum, through my work, through building a home, through a marriage. Stress never goes away entirely. I don't think you ever solve it. You just learn better ways to manage it. And I feel like the last 2 years have been really quite stressful for a bunch of reasons. Moving from our home at the coast, buying this block, going into a build, the build going badly, losing my friend, a whole bunch of other things that I probably will never talk about here, but just it's all been very stressful. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe we're finally getting to the point where we can just rest and enjoy, which will be really nice. So thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy a little bit of renovation content as well, because I'm probably going to share what's going on. And then hopefully in 6 weeks, we'll get back to some regular yoga programming. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.